What's up everyone, it's Adam from Lifeguard, and today I have a brand new Lifeguard video for you guys. Now this is a little bit different. I make a bunch of lifeguarding tip videos on my channel, but this video is gonna be a story time video about one of my past lifeguarding experiences. And this is very serious because most of the lifeguard stories are like people who say, oh, I had to jump in and grab a kid and I used the tube and like swam into the side. This story is gonna blow you guys away because it's one of my past experiences. I'm not gonna get very specific because I don't wanna like reveal where I work or like what the kid's name is, but I wanna talk to you guys about a story that I think you guys are going to enjoy. Okay, so it's over the summer. I work at a summer camp type lifeguarding job. And before the summer starts, they usually have a bunch of programs like sports camps, swimming camps that happen at these pools. And there's two pools. There's a big pool, which is basically, it goes down to like 10 to 11 feet. And there's a smaller pool that's separate, which is like, it goes to like 5 feet deep. So the small pool had chemical issues. And so it was being shocked so nobody can use it. And I was guarding at the big pool over the summer. It was just a normal day. It was sunny, it was warm. And when I guard, I usually guard the deep end. So I'm watching the 10 to 11 feet area. So I was hanging out with my friends, I was talking, I was guarding the pool. Everything was fine. I was enjoying myself. And I was guarding with 3 other people. So it was me and 3 of my friends. We each had our own zones. Everything was fine. But basically, since the small pool was being shocked and nobody can swim in it, a bunch of little kids like ages like 5, 6, 7 years old, we're gonna go swimming in the big pool instead, which means we had to rope off like by the steps where it's really shallow so they can have a safe area to swim so they wouldn't like go to a place where they couldn't stand. But the problem was there was a lot of kids, and basically when you rope off an area that they could stand in, it's a very tightly packed area. So there's a bunch of kids swimming and you can't really see underneath, and it's just not a safe situation when there's a bunch of kids packed in. So my friends are guarding that area. I'm still watching the deep end because there's still older kids there who are swimming in the deep end and are jumping and doing dives. So I have to stay there regardless of how many people are in the tight area. But essentially what happened was one of the kids in a small, tightly packed area was kept underwater. Sometimes with younger kids, they like tip upside down and they can't really like find their balance and bring their head above water. In this case, he was stuck underneath and he couldn't really find air, so he was stuck below the surface and he couldn't breathe. So I'm in the deep end. So basically what happened from my point of view, the whistle blows 3 times, and basically the place I work, if the whistle blows 3 times in a row, it's either A, it's an emergency, B, if there's like lightning and you want to close the pool. But I knew it wasn't lightning because it was sunny out, so I knew for a fact it was an emergency. So I lifted my head up because I was looking at the kids swimming below me and treading water in the 11 feet. I lift my head up and I see a kid. He had to be 6 to 7 years old, that age, and he was just laying down on the side. Now from my point of view, I was like, did he hit his head? Like I had no idea because I wasn't in my zone. So basically all I saw was a kid laying down on the side who he wasn't moving, and I thought he hit his head for sure. So I was like, oh crap, like we gotta stabilize the head and proceed as if it's like a concussion or a spinal injury, but he was unconscious. So what we did immediately, right in the moment, one of the lifeguards asked one of the counselors to call 911, and we cleared the pool because that's the most important thing, because if there's a bunch of kids around, they're all gonna crowd around. It's like, oh, what is he doing? Why isn't he talking? Stuff like that. So it's so important to remain calm and just clear the pool immediately. So that was my job because I was the furthest away from the accident. So I wasn't the first guard responding. So I thought to myself, what is the best thing I can do right now, considering that I wasn't close to the accident and the incident over there. So I was like, all right, know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna clear the pool, I'm gonna remain calm, and I'm gonna get a bunch of kids out of the way, because if you keep them there and they're crowding around, it just ruins the whole situation and it gets even worse. So I slowly helped evacuate the pool, and after I was done, after 911 was called, I went over and I helped out with CPR. Now guys, he was not breathing, he had no pulse, it was a tiny kid. So you can just imagine how much pressure is on you and just like how much emotion is running, because this is an extreme situation. Although accidents do happen, an accident this extreme is really, really rare. So that's why this lifeguarding story is pretty cool, because it happens to a very, very, very small percentage of people. So basically we helped with CPR, and on a little kid, you gotta be very careful because you can't just use both hands and like push in like this, because you'll break his ribs and you'll hurt him. So you gotta do 1 hand or 3 fingers. And basically what we did was, he had no pulse, he wasn't breathing. And what we managed to do was, we managed to do CPR and he started crying like 2 minutes later. Now this was before the ambulance even showed up, which is extremely impressive, because usually when you do CPR, the ambulance comes and they take over and they like use the AED and they strap on the pads. But what we managed to do is we managed to bring this kid back to life before the ambulance even showed up. So when they got there, all they did was they just brought this kid on like a little wheeler thing, and he was laying there, and they wheeled him and they brought him to the hospital like immediately. So what we did was pretty special considering the circumstances and how rare this whole situation is and how extreme it is. We were all very calm. We all did our responsibility, and we brought this kid back to life, which was really impressive. Now, I'm not trying to scare you guys, because obviously if you're subscribed to this channel and you watch my videos, you want to be lifeguards, you want to have fun, swim by the pool in the summertime, just have a great job, and it's a very rewarding experience. But you guys got to know sometimes when things can go wrong, they can go really wrong, and you got to be prepared for them. Now, this was the first major incident out of like 6 years of lifeguarding for me. So this is very rare, and I doubt this will ever happen to you. It happens to like a very small percentage of people, but you got to be ready when it does happen. And the best thing you can do is communicate. I just remember the silence, like the first 10 seconds of me picking my head up and just seeing what happened. It was just silent. It was like, I can still envision it to this day. It was one of those like feelings that I'll always remember, just how silent it was. But then we started communicating, we got everything squared away, and we managed to save this kid's life. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tip video. Definitely leave a like on this video if you enjoyed this story. That's basically what happened. And I think, it's a story that I'll tell for like the rest of my life, and I'll remember for the rest of my life. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Definitely like and subscribe. I have a bunch of banger videos coming soon, so stay tuned, especially in March. I'm gonna have the best video I've ever made on this channel, and you guys are definitely gonna wanna see it. See you guys in the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Peace out.